Yeah, Rodney. How you viewing the project in the Caribbean and CSME context? Is it a positive?
Well, particularly we've always understood, this is coming from the perspective of Pinelands and our interest in microcredit and microfinance development, that there's real value to developing small enterprises. I grew up in a community where shops, buying from a window, was the order of the day. Now the value of these things is that they create a fluidity in the economic system, is that in that persons buy and sell every day. The small shops buy and sell every day. So they create a fluidity in the economy that large businesses only do on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, whereas these small businesses do it on a daily basis. So they create the kind of rollover of money in the car, helps to keep an economic engine going. So small businesses and having the ability to develop small business. I remember looking at Trinidad, when Trinidad went through their crisis with the oil. Automatically, small businesses flow all over the country, and that helped a lot in terms of the impact, in terms of ordinary people at the household level. So it serves two purposes. One, it helps with the impact in terms of poverty and what people may be feeling at the household level, because you're now able to be turning over money on a daily basis, because small businesses do that. We buy and sell every day. And then it creates the fluidity in the economy in that vendors, service providers are able to be selling services, selling products to these businesses on an ongoing basis. Because you buy three cases of drinks, they sell out by the end of the day or the end of the second day. So you're constantly ordering, you're constantly buying. So small businesses are very important in the economy, especially now at a time like this, we're talking about economic downturn worldwide. You need this type of innovation, you need this type of injection into economies to keep money rolling over, to keep people employed, to keep things happening. Because if you have people who are buying and selling every day from vendors and service providers, it means this is businesses, this is economic turnover that is happening on an ongoing basis. So it helps to keep the unemployment level down. So creating small businesses is so vital. It's so vital on all fronts, in terms of our ability to impact poverty, create sustainable livelihoods, and to create an economic engine that is very vital for any economy in terms of its fluidity.
Of course, the relevant question would be, how do you prepare youngsters from small, and it would bring into question or into bear the question of the education system and how relevant it is
critical.
Present day and modern day times.
Critical.
Even in terms of dealing with the economy, having the skills available to be able to do the things necessary that would be in demand in the economy.
You're going into a touchy area now.
Yeah, I did it for purpose.
And one that I always advocate is that we need more than ever in this time to be able to revamp our educational system to be more responsive to the challenges that we have now. We are saying now that we need people to be more entrepreneurial, but then we are not servicing that through the educational system that we presently have. We're not producing specialist people in our universities and our secondary education at the primary level. So then this is why we are playing catch up. If we look at Latin Americans and the other first world countries, we are so far behind in terms of our ability to take advantage of economic opportunity, take advantage of opportunities in terms of microcredit and development, because we are not entrepreneurial people. We don't have that inculcated in us. Why? Because all for the last 10, 15, 20, 200 years, we have focused primarily on academic, turning out academic people with making sure persons have a degree, making sure that people have 6 certificates. But we have never really focused on turning out business people, turning out specialist people. Even in terms of specialists, I remember recently I was some part of the world, but I was reading, there was the universities in the US, and when you look at the automotive industry, they were producing degrees specific to the automotive sector. No, we don't do that type of thing. What we would do is create a management degree. and we stop there.
Or engineering.
So we're not producing specialist people. And I think there's where the educational system need to go in terms of producing specialist people. So when we get to the junction, so we're now talking about emerging economies and stuff. But we don't have our people that are geared to respond to the emerging economies. We now have to begin to prepare people to deal with these things. So these are some of the dynamic challenges that we have to face. And we can only resolve these things. I mean, we have to begin now. We are already behind by almost 50 years. But if we could begin now to kind of revamp the educational system, take the emphasis off of getting 10 certificate, put the emphasis on developing specialist people from early. So we should be able to, from moving a child from primary school into secondary school, work out okay, all right? So we have children that are interested in engineering. We have children that are interested in becoming technical directors in theater. And start to focus on that. Rather than wasting time doing the Spanish and doing the French and doing a biology, the child have no interest in. The child just have to do it because that's the mandate of the particular educational system. So a lot of where we are going in terms of entrepreneurial development, in terms of meeting the demands of the world, in terms of the emerging economies, have to do with how we speak to our revamping the educational system as it is presently is.